Welcome to the newest episode of Beyond the Fame with Jason Fraley. I'm your host, Jason Fraley, picking the brains of the top filmmakers, musicians, and artists of our time. Tickets go on sale tomorrow for Duran Duran at Capital One Arena in Washington, D.C. on September 13th. I spoke to lead singer Simon Le Bon about the band's recent induction into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, as well as their biggest hits, including Hungry Like the Wolf, Is There Something I Should Know, A View to a Kill, Notorious, and Ordinary World. Hello,
Hi
Simon.
there. And is that Jason?
Yes. Hey, thank you, Simon, for joining us on WTOP in Washington, D.C. How are you today?
I'm very good, thank you.
All right. Well, we're excited to have you because A, you're legendary, and B, tickets go on sale for Duran Duran at Capital One Arena on September 13th. They go on sale to the general public 10 a.m. tomorrow. I think there's even a pre-sale today. So get your tickets now, everybody.
It's very, very exciting. Very exciting indeed. Yes.
Yes. Is this the first big tour since the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame?
Since the last big Duran Duran tour. Yes, it is the first tour since our induction into the illustrious Rock and Roll Hall of Fame.
Yes, and I know, like every band would say, that won't affect the music. You're still gonna play all the great stuff like you would anyway. But come on, it's gotta be nice to have that extra little oomph there and a little chip on the shoulder this time.
Oh, I think it's extraordinary. I think it's just bumped us up into a slightly more kind of stratospheric level of celebrity, It's a seal of approval, and we feel it very much, and we're very, very proud of it. Got to tell you.
Absolutely. Well, it's going to be a great show. There, you all have so many great songs, great hits, great hidden gems that everyone's going to hear at Capital One Arena. So you got to get your tickets, everybody. Whenever I have someone on, I always love to hear your your superhero origin story. So, how did the band actually come together in Birmingham, England? And what was it? Was it 1978? I guess. How did how the formation happen?
Well, I didn't join in 78. Nick and John had their first performance as I think they were called RAF at the time, which stands for Royal Air Force, if you're wondering. Now they did that, and then they met Roger. And then they got Andy Taylor on board, and they were looking for a singer for ages. And apparently, when Andy came, they didn't have a singer, and Andy would be going, "Where's the singer?" And they can always not. He's not very well. He's not coming in today. And finally, I had heard through somebody at university where I was studying drama and theatre arts. I'd heard that there was a band looking for a singer, and I turned up, and I was the missing link. I was the key to Duran Duran. And the second day we met, we wrote our first song together. It's called The Sound of Thunder. It's on the first album.
Yeah.
And it just took off from there. And we had a meteoric rise to success. Absolutely meteoric.
You really did. And do you think that meteoric rise, and it is sort of serendipitous in hindsight, looking back at how all the pieces came together, but do you think it's kind of serendipitous that first album, Duran Duran, in 1981 arrived the same year as the founding of MTV? I mean, it can't be a coincidence. Those sort of things that was skyrocketed like all serendipitously.
Now you've used, Jason, I've got to just point out that you've used the word serendipitous 3 times in a row.
Synchronistically is what I was looking for. There you go.
I'm thinking lucky dogs we were. Honestly, we had no idea that MTV was going to start. We made our first video because we were told that they wanted something to show on the Australian chart show called Countdown. And they didn't want to fly us out to Australia because it was so expensive. So we went and made a video instead. And around the same time, MTV started. It was extraordinary. What a coincidence. You might even call it serendipitous.
For a fourth time. Thank you. Well, you said you're lucky dogs, but you're also hungry wolves on the next one. Hungry Like a Wolf. I want to know, arguably...
Okay, I got to stop you, Jason. And this is a common mistake. It is not Hungry Like a Wolf. It is Hungry Like the Wolf. Do you know why? Do you know why it's the wolf?
Break it down for me.
Because what's the question you ask? when you hear Hungry Like the Wolf, you say to yourself, which wolf? Right?
Exactly.
And that's the whole point. It sticks in your mind. You think about it twice.
So what's your answer to that? Which wolf do you mean? I mean, I know what American Werewolf in London just come out. Warren Zevon had a song a couple years before, but like, what was Hungry Like the Wolf? You're on the prowl. Is it like a romantic thing that you're going after somebody?
It's the wolf inside of all of us.
And is there something to that juxtaposition of that dangerous, mysterious wolf inside of us with almost a happy, bubbly do 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 do? I mean, I love the contrast there.
Right,
the sinister
and so
and the
do
bubbly.
I. Yeah, this guy. It's quite a sinister lyric, but it's got a very. It does have that
Yeah,
and the at the beginning.
it's very playful as well.
Yeah, but it also has doom dash, doom dash, doom dash. You know,
Oh yeah,
it has an incredible rhythm track. It really does, and a great riff.
of course.
Down, 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 down. What more could you want?
It's an all-timer. It's an all-timer. Well, tell me about, is there something I should know off the third album? Any good stories of putting that one together? Was it based on anyone in the band writing that? What was the inspiration for that?
What was the inspiration for it? I was just gonna make something up actually.
What's the fake reason?
Oh well, it was this kind of. I think it was this kind of. Suddenly we come to a point of doubt. Self-doubt. And it expressed that. I do remember recording it. We did it in one night in central London. But we came out, and I thought, I just knew. I was flying to Canada the next day to go and see my girlfriend. One night, and I took that cassette with me, and I thought, this is gonna be something special. And do you know what happened? It went straight into #1 in the UK, and that's only the third time it had ever happened in the history of music at that time.
That's a feat right there. Well, please tell me now. It grabs us right from the beginning. All right. Well, a couple of minutes ago, you were doing a great impression of the beat of your earlier "Hungry Like the Wolf," but the one to me is "A View to a Kill" with the bent. I mean, it is an iconic one. What is it like getting I mean, the British band, James Bond is British, Roger Moore's final one. What's it like getting tapped to be Roger Moore's swan song? How do you even come up with that? Is it pressure? Is it exciting? What is it?
Mate, we were made up. It was such a great experience for us, and it was such a great opportunity. And we were all secret Bond fans. We all had our favorite Bond, and we just gave us a little bit of je ne sais quoi. It's French. It was fun. It was great fun to do it, and when we made that silly video with Godley and Cream on the Eiffel Tower, that was hilarious. They were great fun.
It's great stuff.
Absolutely great fun.
Absolutely, and a song like that will live on forever because everyone will be watching Bond movies forever, and people will know that. And similarly, a new generation, it's probably funny, but a new generation knows your Notorious song from Notorious B.I.G.'s sampling. What was it like when I guess A, recording the original, but B, the fact that there's like young kids out there now that don't even know your version. They think it's Biggie, and you're like, no, that was us first.
Well, I don't mind who they think it is. It really doesn't matter to me at all, as long as they listen to the song, and that no, and in that case, no, Notorious. It's just become part of the parlance, hasn't it? We've become part of the wallpaper of people's lives.
You're right. You can walk down the street and say no, and most people of a certain age could reply Notorious. That is pop culture impact, baby. Yeah. Well, exactly. We don't have time to go through all of them. There's a million, Come Undone, so many, but I will, my listeners will kill me, and we don't want that to happen. If I don't at least ask about my favorite one of yours, which is Ordinary World. To me, it's like the ultimate getting over a breakup song, like you're not going to cry over yesterday. You're going to somehow get out there and through the rain, through all the heartbreak, and find there's some ordinary world. I got to get back into it somehow. But, is that the message? What were you going for?
Yeah, it does. The message is, what you just projected on it. It is exactly that. It's one of those songs where I did have something in mind when I wrote it, but that's become superseded so much more poignantly by the things that how it's affected other people in their lives, and how it has made people feel that they're not alone in their troubles sometimes, and that there's somebody out there with their voice. It is a very wonderful song for that reason. So, and it means exactly what everybody says it means.
Which would be what? Because I can't.
Which would be no. There's different meanings. It's different meanings. Everybody has their own interpretation, and that is a wonderful thing.
So not just in your mind, not just getting over a breakup. It could be any troubles, really.
Exactly. Yeah.
Awesome. Well, you've been really generous with your time. Let's bring it full circle before we run back to the show. What's it called? Future Past? Is that what we're calling the tour here?
That's right. This is the Future Past tour. The continuing Future Past tour. Duran Duran coming to a town right near Washington, in fact.
Yes, and not to be confused with Moody Blues, a different Future Past. This is Duran Duran's Future Past, baby.
Exactly.
Awesome. Anything you want to say? I always like to end pretend I'm not even here, and you're talking directly to our listeners. Hey DC, come on out. We're excited to see you. It's gonna be fun.
Hey DC, come on out. It's exciting out there. It's the best place to be. Duran Duran on tour. Can you miss it? The answer is no. I'm gonna be there. So are you.
Hey, thank you so much for joining us. We really appreciate it.
All right. Thanks very much. Bye.
Yep, bye. Thanks so much for listening to Beyond the Fame with Jason Fraley. Our theme music is Scott Buckley's Clarion. Remember to give us a 5-star rating if you like what you hear. We'll see you next time. I wanted to take a second to tell you about an app I really enjoy. Living in the DC area is great, and Podcast DC gathers all of the local shows that I like all in one local app. Health, sports, local news, politics, and so much more. Podcast DC is the new local app with hundreds of DC area podcasts to choose from. I can earn exciting rewards just for listening and share the podcasts I love instantly. Available in the App Store or in Google Play, listen local with Podcast DC.